Peace world, God's middle child, and this is the Analog Station, where we hit pencil to paper to share some valuable wisdom. World, today I want to talk about religion, not a specific religion. See, spiritual people, we are open to look at all religion. We are open for all knowledge, and we dissect the information and take what makes sense for us. Add it to our life to better align and better balance our life. So spiritual seekers and spiritual people, we're not boxed in a religion. Most people that are in a religion, they're not allowed to look at other religions. They believe they have the truth in hand, so therefore, there's no more need to look. We don't need to look any further. Spiritual people, we're a little different. We're open-minded. We know there's valuable information in all religion. We're not religious because we're not boxed into a certain belief. We have other belief in who and what the creator or the universe really is, or God or source. We're not focused on so much on the name of the creator. We're more focused on the character of the creator. And it's like we're detectives, right? We're all detectives if you really think about it, right? We were born, we have to detect ways to better live this life. We have to detect where's the truth, what can we add to our life that's gonna make it more abundant, more peaceful, more in alignment, more in balance. You're detecting, you're finding the information. The information's not in your hand. You're not born with a book. Here's all the answers. You have to go out and seek it. And what connects with you inside, that's what you want to follow, right? So spiritual people, it's like detectives, right? Think about it like this. A person that's a religious person is boxed in on one religion. Spiritual people, we're everywhere. It's like a detective. I said we're detectives. Take a detective at a crime scene. A good detective would check everywhere, not just at the crime scene, right? He would check at the crime scene. He would check at the top of the roof, in the basement, the streets, talk to the neighbors, check the cameras. He goes everywhere. He has no barriers in finding out the truth. Religious people, unfortunately, are boxed in, and they only are gonna check the area where the crime happened. They won't go out they won't go out of their way. They have the truth right there. So that's kind of I guess you could say, the scenario or the example, the best example I could think of. But that's what we are. We're detectives. And religion, a lot of religion, or mainly all religion, offer value, right? A lot of religion have a lot of valuable teachings. For instance, right, Buddhism teaches us compassion and mindfulness. Taoism, which is also philosophy, both of these, the flow of the universe, flow with life, right? It's like a flow of things. Everything's happening for you, not to you. I was raised Christian Catholic. Again, I'm no longer a religious person. That's my religious background. But there's a lot of beautiful teachings in the Christian Catholic religion as well. But today I want to focus on one pillar. I believe it's a pillar in that religion. I'm not too familiar with that religion. But when I heard this, it captivated me. And I wanted to understand at least that pillar of that religion. Or it might be a pillar, or it might be the whole focus of the religion. Again, I don't have to dive into religion to know it completely. If something resonates with me and it captivates me, I could go down that rabbit hole to understand what it is and where it comes from and all that stuff. With this, I heard it and it instantly made sense. I heard it, I instantly connected with it. And I actually heard it from the RZA, right? From the Wu-Tang Clan, the RZA. I'm a hip hop kid, raised in Boston. raised in the 90s. Needless to say, I'm a fan of Wu, I'm a fan of, my rap. But I'm listening to an interview maybe 5 years back, a long time ago. And I know very little about this religion. And the religion I'm talking about is the Nation of Islam. I know very little, but when I heard what the RZA was speaking about the 12 jewels. Actually, I'll let him introduce it and then I'll get into my notes. Here's the RZA.
That's what it sounded like, the 12 jewels. And at the same time, my mother had gave me a gift of Bible stories, right? So I'm around 11 years old. And I'm reading about Job, Abraham, Lot, Samuel, David, Solomon. I'm reading about all these great men, right? And these small Bible stories. I'm memorizing this stuff. The one thing about me, Rick, I got a good memory. So I'm memorizing this stuff. And then they say the 12 jewels. So I'm thinking like the 12 sons of Jacob was 12, right? So, but it wasn't 12 jewels. I mean, it was jewels.
Yes.
And those 12 jewels was knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, happiness.
Beautiful.
And it said if a man obtains that, he's truly wealthy. And I went on a mission to obtain that.
I heard that. I instantly agreed. I instantly connect. And to me, it makes sense. Perfect sense. A man acquires these 12 jewels, he lives a fulfilled life. Let's break those down. Knowledge, right? The foundation of all things. Knowledge of yourself and the world. Wisdom. The practical application of knowledge. Understanding. The mental clarity achieved through knowledge and wisdom. Those three are the foundation of the mind. Then we have freedom, ability to control your destiny, justice, accountability and receiving the rewards or penalties for your actions. Sounds fair, right? Equality, food, clothing, shelter. Then we enter love, the highest elevation of understanding. Peace, the state achieved once true love and balance is established. And the last is 12, happiness, complete and total satisfaction with oneself. Those last three are the path to enlightenment. I heard that I connected with that automatically, right away. I connected with that automatically. It made sense to me. We have that in our life, we're fulfilled. We are satisfied. We could achieve the last step, which is true happiness. But the world that we live in has added, instead of 12, we have hundreds of jewels that we think is needed. Imagine this, right? Imagine you are a vendor, you sell stuff. Let's say you sell merch. And you're looking for a place to put your merch. And you are at an area where it's heavy on foot traffic, right? And you have two stores to choose from, right? In the same block, in the same area. And you check out store one. Okay, looks good. You go into the security room. Okay, you see a security guard looking at the TV screens. Okay, he has about 8 TV screens that he's looking at. All right. Then you go to store 2. Store looks nice, the layout looks nice. You go to the security area room. You see the security guard. He only has 2 screens he's looking at. The reason he's only looking at 2 screens is because the layout of that store, the way it's designed, allows 2 cameras to capture the whole store. Versus the other store has more walls and more rooms, so you need more camera. But it's still one security guard watching the 8 camera, one security guard watching the 2 cameras. You get the information back, you get the the paperwork back. They both do numbers. They do great numbers. The first store suffers more from lost item, stolen goods. The second store has a lower percentage of stolen items. If you brainstorm the scenario, you have one security guard with 8 TVs that he has to focus on, versus store 2 has one security guard with 2 TVs looking at the whole store. Where are you gonna place your merchandise? Where's your merchandise gonna go? I'm thinking store 2, where you know your merchandise is gonna sit on the shelf, where most likely the security guard is able to see it, has eyes on it. He has less things he's focused on, less screens he has to worry about. It's the same thing with the jewels. You minimize your life, you become a minimalist. I consider myself to be a minimalist. You reduce the screens, focus on the jewels. Where are you gonna go from here? I mean, where are you gonna go when you gather the knowledge? Apply the knowledge, you get the wisdom, right? The mental clarity gives you the understanding. You got the freedom because you know how to balance your life. You're well balanced. Justice, right? Equality, food, clothing, shelter. Food, clothing, and shelter. That's where your multiple screens are being added. Food can be very basic. We don't have to eat to just have joy. We live in a world where we eat for fun. We should be eating to live, right? I'm not saying that you can't go out and have a good meal and enjoy. Of course. But in today's society, food has a lot of screens up. Clothing, that's the biggest one. Designer brands is killing you guys. And I say you guys because I'm a white tee, simple attire guy. Button-ups and stuff like that from, very affordable places. I don't go too crazy with clothing. But to my kings, this message is for you, to my kings, with love. Understand that fashion is molding you guys, and you guys are becoming a little more feminine. Not every guy, because not every guy is into fashion or clothing at that level. But in today's society, we have men wearing purses. We have heterosexual males that love females wearing purses in the name of fashion. Let me open that up a little more for you guys. You have a gay designer, nothing against gay people, but as a heterosexual man, no gay man is gonna dress me. You have a gay designer selling you a purse 20 times what it cost them. Okay? And in the name of fashion, you're supplying and you're buying that. You're buying that and you're wearing that proudly. The gay designer just made 20 times over that purse on you. Okay? Again, nothing against gay people. All love with everybody. But clothing has a lot of screens. Shelter, obviously we all need shelter. Obviously some of us want a bigger home, some of us need a bigger home, bigger families, etc. We need shelter. Then you enter in love. That's the state that I love the most, love. The more your life is balanced, the more you know the knowledge, the more you have the wisdom because you apply the knowledge, the more you're gonna attract love, the more you want love in your atmosphere. Everywhere. Family, friends, even with strangers, you're operating in love. Love is crucial. Peace. I mean, I don't have to say much. I say it at the beginning of the video, peace world. I'm sending peace to the world. Whoever's listening to this, I send you peace. Okay? And the last is happiness. It's the state that we all truly want to be at all times, 100% of the times. If we can have it our way, it'll be 24/7 happiness. 24/7 happiness. Of course, we live in the world. You could say that's nearly impossible, and it probably is. But the more you focus on the jewels, you don't have to be part of the Nation of Islam. With all due respect to those brothers and sisters, right? Which I also like this. They call the males are the gods and the females are the earth. I love that. I love that. The males are the gods and the females are the earth. That's a beautiful concept. You don't have to be in the religion to understand these jewels and apply them to your life. And I'm not stripping from religion and creating a religion. I'm taking from religion what connects with me to in turn be a better father, live a more abundant life, live in health, right? Attract what's rightfully mine. And I see a lot of value in these 12 jewels. So I would say, spiritual people, look into the jewels, apply them to your life. The distraction, again, we're back to distraction. Set up a system, set up a store where you have minimal cameras as needed, just the 12 cameras, that's it. Focus on the 12 cameras, the 12 jewels, cut everything else off, and you'll see how your life will change. It's impossible not to change. It's impossible for it not to change. You first got to get the knowledge, apply becomes wisdom, right? And the mental clarity is understanding. Those three are crucial. You can't skip those three and try to get the food, the freedom, the shelter, and all that stuff. And obviously, we understand that freedom is a given. Justice is dependent. We understand all this stuff, right? Some things are out of our hands, right? Freedom sometimes could be, sometimes, depending on the situation, you could be at the wrong place at the wrong time or whatever. We understand that. But applying the 12 jewels, especially the understanding the three, will help you bring it down to the last happiness, which is the true state that we all want to be in.